Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Plumber's Mindset. Today, we are tasked with the duty to resolve an issue with a side entry valve that is actually not letting sufficient water into the cistern, and so it will take a long time for the cistern to fill up in preparation for the next flush, or in between different flushes. As you can see here, that's the old inlet valve. This inlet valve is a float operated valve. The float usually sits on this threaded bit here while into the cistern, and the reason why we're having an issue with this inlet valve, or the float operated valve, as you can see, let me see if I can show you right inside there. If you can have a little look, there is that little black diaphragm which is attached to the white bit right in there. Okay, right now the diaphragm looks like this. Actually, this is the diaphragm. This is the moving part usually that actually fails for this to be able to not to open up sufficiently in order to let water through from the pipework connected to the cistern. Now, what happens, as you can see with this, there's this little moving part here, that little white bit here, which I'm trying to touch there, that bit. You see, it should have a bit of movement, but as you can see, it's depressed right into the valve, which means that the diaphragm, which is this part, has lost its movability or its flexibility. So when this lever actually flexes, to actually close the diaphragm, it actually, when it's filling up with the ball connected here, it will push up here, and then that action will press on that white moving bit, and that will move back, and then it will activate this diaphragm, and this diaphragm will stop that white bit there has got an orifice, and then it will push against that orifice, and now that will close and shut the water off. Now, the challenge that we do have with this particular system is that this particular valve is slightly on the shorter side. So what I've done is I've used this other valve. This is a Dudley. Now, this Dudley is an adjustable valve. It's an adjustable float operated valve, whereby I can increase the length. If I turn it over, if you see those holes, this one here, the red bit is the clip, and if I turn it the other way around, and then I'll probably try to focus and bring you somewhere there. Those bits there, you see those blue, those are the bits which you use to actually adjust the height so that you are able to get past the siphon unit. I'll open the concealed. This is actually a concealed sort of cistern. So let me open it up for you guys so you can take a little look. Okay, there we are. It's a little bit old school. It's a bit old, but it's all still functional. That's the siphon unit. That there is the siphon unit, and then this is the bowl or the float. Now this sits at the end of the float operated valve. So this is the float here, which we are going to reuse. It's still in good nick, despite the fact that it's dirty. We're going to use that one. So I've already detached the old valve, as you can see, and this one was a little tap which actually broke off the old valve. So what I'm going to do, I've already detached and done a little bit of cleaning to receive the new float operated valve. So what I'm going to do there, right where my finger is pointed, right there, I'm going to place a seal. Now that seal will help me when I I later tighten the nut in order to actually get my watertight connection. And I usually use quite a few seals or different types, but I prefer going for let me show you some of the seals which I use. So there's one. So this one here, that one there, is a fiber seal, and then this one is the rubber. Usually I use the rubber one, and so I dress it up on the inlet tap connector there. Alright, I'm just trying to push it right there. You probably may not be able to see it, but yeah, as you can see, it's right on. And then what I would do is I'll put this back on there. So I've already loaded it with a seal, as you can see, that white bit there, that's a seal. And this is the new float operated valve already set up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to nip it up there. This is the hole here through which I nip it to connect to the pipe or the water. And then when that is done, I'll nip it up, and then I'll connect my ball, that red bit there. That's the float. And when that is done, I'll turn the water back on. As you remember, with this kind of business, the first thing you do if you're going to work with the pipe work, as I am, you have to isolate the water to the cistern, which I've done. The water is fully isolated from the cistern. I did it off the street in order to. It was a little bit easier there than sometimes when you feed it with the stopcocks in the properties. Sometimes they got a tendency to leak, and then you get to take more time trying to fix the leak and all this kind of stuff. So this time around, I happened to pop up outside. I'm using the one off the street to isolate the water to the property, so I can actually carry out this replacement. So basically, when this is done, the float is back onto the valve. The valve is nicely nipped up and connected up onto the fixed tap connector, which I have down there. Then I'll turn the water back on, and then I'll let the water through, and then adjust the level. To adjust the level of this valve is you use this little bit here. That bit here is the one you use to adjust the level. So as you can see, it is threaded, that threaded rod, that threaded plastic rod. So you can move it backwards by turning it like that. Then it will reduce. It will reduce the length coming close to that little black moving part there. And if you want to actually reduce to adjust the level or just keep the level as it is, then you have to rotate this one. As you can see, it's got a flat, as you can see there, it's got some sort of like that bit there, that flat head screw receiving bit. Sometimes you turn that with a short screwdriver to just move this so it can come a little bit close to this part, and then that means that we'll stop more water coming into the system, and thereby achieving the required level you desire for that particular type of system. And when that is all done, no leaks to whatever connections you have done, then you can finally conclude that particular float valve replacement as having been completed, and therefore a successful repair to the problem of a float operated valve that is not bringing sufficient water through into the system in between different flashes as completed. And as on the plumber's mindset, always do it right. Take care for now, and God bless. Bye-bye.